In this presentation, we will learn why do we need a doubly linked list. So let's get started. A doubly linked list is a variation of a singly linked list where each node is also pointing to its previous node. Let me tell you that doubly linked list is a variation of a singly linked list, and we already know that each node of doubly linked list always points to its previous node, right? So we can say that doubly linked list is more powerful than singly linked list. But have you ever wondered why do we even need a doubly linked list? Reason number 1. Deletion operation is faster in doubly linked list if the pointer to the node is given. Now understand this, that deletion operation is faster in case of doubly linked list if the pointer to the node we want to delete is given to us. Let's try to understand why. Let us consider these two lists. One is a singly linked list and the other one is a doubly linked list. Our target is to delete the intermediate node of both the lists. These two nodes we want to delete, okay? Let us suppose we already have pointers to the intermediate node of both the lists. Let us consider these two pointers, PTR, which are pointing to the intermediate node of both the lists. Okay, and our target is to delete the intermediate node of both the lists. We will try to compare the deletion operation in both the lists, and then we will understand which one is faster. Let's consider the case of singly linked list first. In case of singly linked list, it is important to keep one more pointer pointing to the node just before the node we want to delete. It is easier to understand that in case of singly linked list, it is important to keep one more pointer. Okay, there is a requirement of keeping one more pointer pointing to the node just before the node we want to delete. Let us consider this list and PTR is pointing to the intermediate node of this list. Then obviously we need a temp pointer pointing to this node because this is the node just before the node we want to delete. There must be a pointer pointing to this node. So let us suppose that temp pointer is pointing to this node. Currently temp is pointing to the first node, but imagine if we have 5 nodes in the list and our target is to delete the third node, then in that case temp has to move one step forward. This means traversal is required. Now you can understand that temp is currently pointing to this node, right? But if we have a list consisting of 6 nodes and our target is to delete the third node, then we need to move our temp pointer towards right so that it can point to this node. That means traversal is required, right? And in worst case, traversal takes order of n time if n is the length of the list. Now what is the worst case? Let us suppose we want to delete this node. This is also an intermediate node, right? This is the second last node of the list. Then temp pointer has to point to the third last node of the list. This is the worst case you can consider. This means that order of n is the time complexity, right? So deletion operation in case of singly linked list takes order of n time. Now in case of doubly linked list, deleting the intermediate node is very easy. There is no need to keep an extra pointer to delete the intermediate node because it is always possible to reach the previous node from the current node to be deleted, right? We have a pointer pointing to the intermediate node. We can always reach the previous node from the current node. There is no need of any traversal at all. That is why we can say deletion operation is faster in case of doubly linked list because there is no traversal involved in case of doubly linked list. Now let's consider reason number 2. Inserting a new node before a given node is easier in doubly linked list. Let me tell you that if we want to insert a new node before a given node, then it is easier in case of doubly linked list. This is similar to deleting a node in doubly linked list. In case of singly linked list, we need a pointer to the previous node in order to add a new node before the given node. This is similar to deletion, right? Let us suppose this is the singly linked list, then there must be a pointer pointing to the previous node. Currently temp is pointing to the first node, but imagine if we have 10 nodes in the list and our target is to add a node before the 9th node, then a pointer to the 8th node is required, which is very similar to the deletion, right? This means traversal is required again, thus inserting a new node before a given node requires a lot of work, isn't that so? So it is clear from this fact that inserting a new node before a given node in case of singly linked list takes order of n time, while in case of doubly linked list, it will take constant time. In case of doubly linked list, inserting a new node before the given node is very easy because we can always reach a node before the given node. So what is the conclusion? It is clear that whenever it is required to reach the previous node from the given node without traversing the list, a doubly linked list comes in handy. And obviously doubly linked list is more powerful than singly linked list when we have such cases that we have considered before. If we want to add a new node before a given node, if we want to delete a particular node and the pointer to that node is given, then obviously doubly linked list is faster than singly linked list. Okay friends, this is it for now. Thank you for watching this presentation.